Hi, I'm Ashley Stampone. I'm an assistant professor of accounting at the University of Scranton. So for me, my education, I started with my undergraduate, my bachelor's in accounting at the University of Scranton, and then I continued on completing my 5th year with my master's in business administration, also from the University of Scranton. Upon graduation, I started to work in public accounting for a public accounting firm nearby, and while I was working in public accounting, I started to study for the CPA exam. I had actually transitioned out of public accounting after a few years, and I officially passed the exam and obtained my license when I had went into private industry. I worked in private industry for several years before I decided to enter academia and teach at the University of Scranton. So I actually started my career out as an instructor of practice. So I wasn't a tenure track position, but working at the University of Scranton at the institution, I did decide to go back and obtain my PhD, which I also did in accounting. When I was in college, I knew I wanted to go right into public accounting. I knew I wanted to pursue my CPA designation and license. So while I was in college and while I was in grad school, I got to speak with a bunch of the different accounting firms that were in the area, and I got to learn about the different types of industries each of those public accounting firms served. It was when public accounting, I started to realize all of the different opportunities that were available in industry, working with my different clients in public accounting and getting more of an exposure to what is out there in business. I was able to see that there are a bunch of great accounting roles in the private sector as well. And then it was when I was actually working in industry that I had actually talked to a friend who had entered academia. She had followed a similar path working in public accounting and then thinking about transitioning into academia, and she had done it and she had absolutely loved it. So when the opportunity came up to teach as a professor of practice at the University of Scranton, it was something that it was calling to me, it was speaking to me, and it was something that I definitely wanted to pursue. So a typical day for me, it actually varies depending on, what the schedule is for the semester, what classes that I'm teaching. Normally, if it's a teaching day, I typically teach on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. If it's a teaching day, I typically go into the office, I do my course prep for my classes that I am going to be teaching, and typically on those days, I also meet with students, and I also work with, I advise one of our student accounting groups on campus. So I usually meet with my officers, we talk about, what are the things that we need to do for the semester and what are the different events that are coming up. If it's a non-teaching day, typically I go to campus, I'll meet with different committees that are part of the university, whether the committee involves strategy and operations, whether it involves research. There are different meetings that do take place, and then of course I use those days to work on my own research. I work with students. So my clients that I serve on a day-to-day basis are students, whether those are students who are taking their first introductory to accounting class, or whether they're seniors working on their tech courses, or graduate students who are working on their grad coursework or studying for the CPA exam. Those are my clients and that's who I serve. So typically with students, it's making sure that they have that technical proficiency that they need to be successful in their classes and in the exam, and then also helping them gain the exposure that's going to help make them successful in the profession. Oh boy, that's a great question. So I guess to say, throughout my career, what skills that have really set me up for success, communication has been probably the most impactful one, especially when you're starting off your career, whether you're going right into public accounting or if you're working right in industry. Being able to communicate with your clients, your teammates, your managers, and it's not just written communication, it's verbal communication as well. Additionally, throughout my career, what I've found to be really beneficial, it's, really trying to demonstrate high levels of emotional intelligence and being able to demonstrate that in the workplace, being able to work with others, being able to, show empathy in the workplace has really helped me be successful in the roles that I serve. Currently, right now, what has been very helpful for me is for students the skills that I need to demonstrate. It's yes, I need to teach the students and I need to be able to relay that curriculum in the classroom and to make sure that they're proficient in not only in technical accounting, but it's also helping the student understand, the bigger picture of the profession. It's making sure they have the technical competencies, making sure they have that communication skill set that's really going to help them be successful in the workplace. Having my CPA license has just opened so many doors for me professionally. One, working in public accounting exposes you so fast to so many different industries and to so many different areas of business. You're really setting yourself up for success with the profession. Having my CPA license in my current role, it's helping me to stay up to date on topics that are very relevant to the profession, topics that are not only important to professional clients, but what the students need to know. And with having that designation, it helps me in terms of, relating to the students what information they need to know that's going to be important for them to be successful when they pursue their CPA. Learn as much as you can. The best thing about starting your career in the accounting profession is really that first year, you're getting paid to learn as much as possible. And I know shifting this, you're thinking, I'm done with school, I'm done with my undergrad, I'm done with my graduate classes. I don't need to, focus on learning anymore. But that's the farthest thing from the truth. Really starting your career off in accounting, you're being paid to learn as much as you can that first year to set yourself up for success within the profession. There's no other profession that really spans across different industries, different sectors, different organizations, whether you're going into public accounting, private accounting, not-for-profit, governmental, federal agency. Accounting is the language of business, and really learning as much as you can about accounting that first year when you make that transition into your professional life, it's really going to set you up for success 5, 10, 15, 20 years and beyond.